All right. So, what's going on, guys? What's happening? What's good? Let me know who is here. Drop your location, your country, your city. Let's see from the very beginning the geography of our people today. So, don't be shy. Good morning, proud, brave one. What's the geography? Let me know the country where you're from so I could see where you guys coming from and what's going on in your countries and whether we have clients from those countries. Today, guys, we are going to be discussing the talent visas. We're going to be discussing the criteria for the visa, the self-qualification for the visa. We're going to be discussing the industries for O1 visa and EB1A in that effect. The best industries in 2023 and 2024 to come here and prove your talent. Buenos Aires. I love Buenos Aires. It's a beautiful city. I also like Mendoza. The proud one. I was hiking on Concagua in 2022. I managed to make it to about 6,500. That was it. So maybe another attempt is needed. Argentina is a beautiful country, and we have clients from Argentina also. Madagascar, very good, Manda. We don't have anybody from Madagascar. Maybe you'll be the first client. We have. I had some communication with people from there, but not the clients. So I would love to have people from Madagascar. All right, guys. The rest. I want to see the rest. Where are you guys from? Today we're going to be discussing the talent visas. We're going to be talking about the difference between O1 and EB1A. We're going to be touching on some specific criteria. I would call them the basic criteria that I want to see in any talent visa. Like I said, the industries where the talent and achievements can thrive. I also will be discussing with you guys the recent approvals in my company. And you know, we always talk about the recent approvals, so you could relate to the cases where we get the green cards and approvals for non-immigrant visas. Marco from Poland, very good. We love our Polish people. We have quite a few people from Poland using our services in all kind of visas, in O1 and L1, in E2, in EB1A, in EB2 National Interest Waiver. I believe we don't have Polish clients for EB5 program. Well, maybe Marco, maybe you'll be the first one. So very good. We have quite a geography today. Also, guys, I want the question from you, and you know it. And you know, when you were coming and joining the stream, you knew that Stanislav would tell you, hey, I want your questions. Why do I want your questions? Because I'm a firm believer that when you ask me the questions, I can provide you the most value, okay? And you guys know it. 1 hour of my work is $1,000. So I'm willing to contribute this $1,000 to you, but I wanted to make sure that I bring the most value out of it. All right? So make sure you drop the questions. If you don't have questions right now, do come up with the questions when I start discussing some theory. All right? Let's warm up with recent approvals. We actually have quite a few approvals, provided that today is Wednesday. And last time we met with you guys last Thursday. So Thursday to Thursday, I believe it was Thursday. So Thursday to, and today's Thursday, not Wednesday. Thursday to Thursday a week, we have about 10 approvals. Okay, we have about 10 approvals. Sometimes it's hard for me to calculate because I have different streams on different platforms and things get mixed up in my head, which approvals I already discussed, which I didn't. So let's start from the fresh approvals. Today we got approvals for 201 visas for our clients from Armenia, and they are the IT people and scientists. They work on a so-called robo hand and a soft for robo hand to create a beautiful art. How beautiful when we can combine the art and technology. So the two approvals, they work on the same project. The project is in the US, and it's like literally it's a hand. Okay, so guys, imagine like a robo hand, like it's a robot, and it has a soft. And what they do, they upload the picture to the robot through the software, and that robot creates just like beautiful art. If you guys saw what that robot can do, you would just drop from your chair, because it's like, wow. It's like artificial intelligence, and it's the mechanical engineering, and it's software engineering. So it's a combination of all of these. I'm glad to get approvals for these two people to come and work for the employer here in the US. Those are the very good cases. We also got a beautiful approval for EB1A for martial art trainer from Russia. You guys should see this guy. He's huge. He's so big. He couldn't even fit within Zoom when we had the conversation with him. He's so big. So let me tell you about this case, because it had a long story. So his name is Victor. He came to me back in December with RFE. What is RFE? And you guys should know, because you watch my YouTube. RFE is a request for evidence. When does it happen? It happens when we file a case, or you file a case, or someone file a case on your behalf. Lord has mercy if you go not to an attorney to file your cases. So that happened to my guy. He found some, we call him paralegal, like a person who is not licensed attorney. They don't know what they're doing. Okay, they have no idea what they're doing. So you can save money, yes, but the lousy job and denial of your case is a big damage. Okay, so the guy goes to this paralegal. The paralegal files the case. He gets an RFE. Not a single criteria approved. Oh my God! And trust me, guys, the guy has a really good case. Really good case. So what we do, we pick up the case from there, and we make a decision not to pull out of the case, but to try to respond to RFE. We respond to RFE. We basically make the case from the beginning, because whatever was filed, it was just a disaster. So we start the case, we complete it, we file with as a response to RFE. Guess what happens, guys? This happens once in a blue moon. Like, it's such a rare occasion that I have to talk about it. So we get the second RFE. All right, it's so rare, I can't even describe it to you. So maybe in my career for 8 years working with my company, maybe I got 2 cases like that before. Okay, double request for evidence, really rare. So I could tell that the officer like really wanted to deny the case, but he gets such a great job from us that he was hesitating. So we saw that he accepted, I can't remember properly, 2 criteria, but he still wasn't unsure about the rest. So what we did, and you guys know that we file a lot of cases a month, probably this month, the June, we filed already about 30 cases. 30, okay? Out of these 30, the talent visas, probably about 23, 24. Okay, a bunch of O1s, a bunch of EB1As, and the rest EB2 NIW, L1, E2, no EB5 this month. So, and we have analytics for each immigration center. So we have the blacklists of officers who have a higher, I don't know what they have, a higher requirements for the same criteria, okay? When we get the RFE from the officer from the blacklist, we just withdraw and we refile, okay? Why we're doing this? To get you the result. You guys know the name Shamaev Business Law of the company, or Stanislav Shamaey, should be associated with the result. okay? Because we do everything to get you the result. And by the way, off topic, this week, guys, we crossed 100 people working for my company, okay? We have 10 departments, 100 people across the world working on your cases to get the result, okay? So back to Victor, back to our martial art coach, martial arts trainer. So when we got the second RFE, we're like, oh my God, we need to do something about this, because it seems like we're not getting approval with this officer, because the first petition was so bad that we had to do something. So we withdraw. No, wait, we did not withdraw. We just waited. We refiled the same case to the different immigration center. So the first one was in Texas, double RFE. The second one we filed in Nebraska. And guess what? Approval with no RFE. Okay? So why I'm telling you this, guys, why I'm giving so much details about the case? Because you need to know how much subjective are in those petitions. So one officer wants you to give the RFE, the other officer just wants to give you an approval. All right, very important. So the second EB1 for our businessman from Kyrgyzstan. You guys, do you know this? There's such a country, Kyrgyzstan, all right? It's next to Kazakhstan, Mongolia, China, in that area, okay? Real small country, but we still have clients from there. So our client, he's a businessman in logistics. So we filed his EB1A about 4 months ago. We got an RFE from Texas, and the RFE was from the officer from the blacklist, okay? So we withdrew. We worked a little bit more on his case. We filed in Nebraska. Guess what? Approval with no RFE. Okay? And I think this is just great. So, and it shows how much we care about your petitions, because we do this analytics and we get you the result. Also, we got approvals for 2 L1 visas. Both of them clients from Russia. One of them is an extension of L1, meaning we got an approval last year and we got that extended for 2 more years. Now we're preparing the file for EB1C for the green card. And the other L1 is also a lot of adventure for our clients. We got him approval back in July of last year. He scheduled the interview in embassy. I believe it was Armenia. Armenia is a really bad country for embassy proceedings, guys. If there are Armenians right now, or somebody's watching later this stream, Armenia is just US embassy in Armenia is terrible. For O1, for L1, for E2, they're just terrible. So avoid Armenia by all means. So he went to the embassy. They put him on administrative hold, and they told him, hey, I think you made a fraud. I was like, oh my God, what the hell are you talking about? What fraud? Based on what? So they start investigation. They send the request back to USCIS to make the, to reconsider the case. I was like, damn, this is going to the wrong direction. So we bring the client to the US. We refile his case while he's here to change his status. We get him approval, and the same day when we got him approval, the embassy in Armenia, US embassy in Armenia, got the reaffirmation of his approval for L1. Jesus Christ. So guys, there's always adventure. There's always adventure with your cases. I kind of like it. I mean, what I don't like about it is that you guys stressed, and I like you to be stressed. I like everything goes smooth, but it may happen, okay? So you got to be strong when you prepare your petitions and you're ready to file, because a lot of things can happen, but you got to be sure that my team is going to stick to you to the end, okay? We're not going to drop your case in the middle or something. We're going to make sure that you get your result. All right, so there were more approvals, but let's use our time wisely. First of all, I want to see as many questions from you guys as possible. I have theory to tell you, I have things to share with you, but I want your questions. Let's see what are your comments and questions. How am I doing today? I'm doing great. I'm doing great because we're getting lots of approvals for our clients, and this is really good. Marco, he's like shocking. Yes, Marco. Trust me. Sometimes, we have a very thick skin, right? There's this impression in English, thick skin. Like we are really hard. It's really difficult for someone to shock us, but sometimes they succeed. Okay, sometimes they succeed. Okay, all in one official channel. You want to discuss EB2 visa. What exactly you want to discuss about EB2? Because there is classic EB2, there is EB2 national interest waiver. So give me more details. I'll take it into consideration. Tatiana, will you post this live on YouTube channel? Well, yes, it's gonna be. I believe it's gonna be saved. I need to talk to my marketing department. I do believe that we usually save those streams on YouTube. So if you have to go and you want to rewatch it, you definitely need to watch. Why you guys need to watch my streams? Because on these streams, I share with you things that I don't discuss on my YouTube videos. I don't discuss on Instagram. Okay, that reason number one. Like recent approvals, I don't talk to you about them nowhere else, but only on streams. So if you want to know what's going on with my company, what's going on with approvals, what's going on with denials, we get very few of them, but we do get them. 1 out of the 10 cases, we get a denial. So I also discuss them. I want to make sure that you guys understand what the law is, what the criteria are, how we fight the denials, because there is a lot of things going on. But of course, 9 out of 10 we get approvals, and I'm proud to talk about them as well. All right, so because I don't see any specific questions, reason number 2 why you guys need to come to the stream, because you can ask me questions. Okay, you can ask me questions, and guess what? To ask an American immigration attorney a question, you have to pay money. Okay, I'm one of the few, if not the only one, who gives you the option, the opportunity to ask me questions while we're streaming. Okay, and you guys know me. I give you a lot of value for free. You can always get a free evaluation of your case. Other attorneys that tell you, okay, Tatiana, Marco, if you want to meet with me and I look at your case, pay me $400, pay me $300, pay me $500, okay? I'm not like that. I don't want to charge you the money just to tell you if you have a case or not. I developed a special procedure. It's called a free evaluation. What's free evaluation? It's basically a first qualification of the case, which I'm doing you for free. I don't charge you no money for this. All you need to do is fill out the form, the questionnaire that I prepared for you, and within 2 days I get back to you and tell you, hey Marco, hey Tatiana, hey Manda, you have a case or you don't have a case. All right, so and you get it for free. So I would ask the moderator, we have a moderator with us today, to drop the links to talent visa, national interest waiver, and business visas in the chat, so those who are present or people who watch later can use those links to get a free analysis of the case. All right, so and Manda says that's true. There we go. So that's the confirmation. So let's discuss first the difference between O1 visa and EB1A visa. Okay, this is crucial to understand, guys, because not only the O1 and EB1A are different in the sense that EB1A is an immigrant visa, meaning that you will get a green card after you get an approval of this case. Okay, so and really easy to know which visa is immigrant and which visa is not. So all immigrant visas, meaning that you'll get a green card, they start with 2 letters, E, B. Okay, so what it means? Immigration-based visas. There are 5 categories: EB1A, EB1, EB2, EB3, EB4, EB5. Okay, so all of them get you the green card. All the rest are non-immigrant, including O1. So O1 is good for 3 years max, coming to the States and work for some company, for some business, for the agency, and things like that. Yes, you can extend O1 for a year, basically indefinitely. Okay, so you can stay for 3 years, and then a year, a year, a year, a year, a year, a year. From my experience, within these 3 years, the overwhelming majority of my or our clients file for EB1A, for EB2 national interest waiver, or maybe for EB2 or EB3. Okay, so usually within these 3 years, something happens and we can requalify the case and file for the green card. Very rarely, the clients, they don't find the way, they don't want, not motivated. I mean, it's sad for me because the States is the best country. So when somebody is already here and has all the opportunities, all the motivation they want, all the resources, not to use them, I think this is a really big mistake. So it happens very rarely, but the point is, if you first get O1 visa, usually it's the first step to come to the States and start working here, and you can get a green card if you really want. Okay. Also, another difference between these two visas is the timeline. Is the timing. O1 visa, from the time you guys start work with my company till the time you enter the States with the visa, usually about 8 months pass. Okay, so it takes about 8 months from the time you start on your case till the time you enter the States, about 8 months. Okay, Stanislav, why 8 months? Where are you coming from? Okay, so the contract with us is 6 months. Out of these 6 months, 5 months, you guys provide the documents from based on my strategy, okay? And there is a ping pong between you and the team who's leading your case, and each case has a team, okay? 5, 6 people depending on the difficulty of the case, and actually more than 12 people work on your case from the beginning till end. Okay, and you maybe communicate with 5 to 6, depending on visa and things like that. So 5 months we get the evidentiary base. 1 month I take to prepare the memorandum and to get the case all ready with exhibits, with the designer working on the case. Then we file it. Okay, and that actually works for O1, for EB1, for any visa. Okay, it's 6 months. What happens then already depends on what type of visa. Is it immigrant, is it non-immigrant, and things like that. Non-immigrant visas usually get about 2 months to get your interview scheduled in the embassy and get your passport stamped with the actual visa. So you could enter, you could travel, and things like that. When we talk about immigrant visa, the process usually takes about 9 months, depending on the country, depending on the type of visa, to from the moment of approval till the moment of you getting to the States with the visa, if you're outside, right? So it's about 9 months. If it's EB2 national interest waiver, there's some backlog with the priority dates, and you guys know it because you watch my YouTube, because you subscribe to my Instagram. There's a backlog about a year and 3 months, and that backlog is very, it fluctuates. It goes up and down, and usually after the end of the fiscal year, in the USCIS, which is September 31st, the volatility drops. So the backlog either goes away, or it has a very small amount of time, a few months, when you have to wait after the approval. Okay, so that's the timing between O1 and EB1A, but also from other visas as well. All right. Also, of course, the last but not the least difference is how strong your case is. Because you might have some documents, some paperwork, which is enough to file for O1, but you didn't get to the level of EB1A. Because EB1A is a heavyweight visa. Okay, you really need to have really good documentary basis. You have to have a good press. You have to have scientific articles. You need to have a critical or leading role. I want you to have at either or the award or judging, right? The judging the work of others or award. And I also want to have the contribution in the field. Okay, so EB1A is very intensive, is as to the not only the number of criteria that we satisfy, but also the depth of the criteria, right? How prestigious those criteria are. So this is very important. O1 is a very light version of EP1A. We still did not reach the bottom of how weak the O1 case could be, okay? Sometimes I'm like, oh my God, how did we get the approval for O1? I don't know. So you guys need to know for O1 is kind of easy to get. Of course, it doesn't mean you don't get to work a lot on your case. You still have to work a lot on it. But provided that you have very little or nothing, you can still build the case. And I think today I really wanted to give you this point, guys. Even if you have nothing for your talent visa, even for O1, you have 0 at this moment. It's possible to build your case. I mean, if you have like literally nothing, which is really rare, okay? It's a rare occasion. Within a year, maybe even less, you can build up your case to get something where we can start and finish work within another 6 months to get an approval for O1. Okay, so I think it's really important to understand, because I know that on USCIS website, they say that to get a talent visa, you have to have like a Nobel Prize or a Grammy Award. And of course, it confuses a lot of people. Like, oh my God, Nobel Prize, what are they talking about? I'm like an engineer in this company. Yes, I'm good. Or I'm an IT person or a cybersecurity person, or I'm a businessman. Like, I'm not talented enough, literally, for USCIS. Guys, it's not true. Trust me. We got so many approvals for just regular people. Yes, they're good professionals. Yes, they're good engineers. Yes, they're good IT person. They're good analytics. They good data manager. Whatever, right? But nothing outstanding. Like nothing crazy. So the very important message from me to you is that every person in the world who's a professional in the field can get an approval for one of those visas. Which one? Well, that depends, okay? But literally any professional can get it. Okay, so let's see if you guys having any questions, and please give me the questions, guys. Give me the questions about the talent visas, NIW, the business visas, whatever you want. So Proud Brave One is asking, EB2 NIW for attorney, not considering past accomplishments, but considering what can be achieved in the next 3 years. Is it feasible? Yes, definitely. Proud Brave One, I have a case where an attorney got an approval for EB2 national interest waiver. It wasn't my case. I didn't file it, but I worked on it. Okay, I worked on it. I helped this person because I know him, and he didn't have much money. He basically filed himself, but with the help of myself and a bunch of other attorneys who were helping him. And I know for sure that he got an approval. And his idea was, like, his proposed endeavor was to work in a civil rights sector, in a civil rights field. Okay, so he actually showed that he was working on civil rights in his country. He's from Russia, and he got a few publications. He went to the few conferences. He had really good recommendation letters, and he also got some letters from U.S. professors. Like I think he went to school a couple years ago. He kept in touch with the professor. I think that letter played a really huge role in his petition. But again, it's possible. Okay, NIW for attorneys is possible. Again, you have to show that you will bring value to the U.S. And to do that comes from your past relevant experience and what good can you bring to the U.S. Okay, Tatiana, visual artist. Yes, Tatiana. I hope you pronounce your name properly, because in Russian it's Tatiana, maybe it's Tatjana if you're from Serbia or Slovakia, and forgive me if I pronounce it wrong. So visual artists, absolutely, art. I love you guys from art. Why? Because you have 2 more criteria for EB1A as anybody else. Okay. business people, scientists, education, sport, anything else but art, they have only 8 criteria that they can use. You guys from art, you have 10. So that means you have a better chance of approval because you can use different criteria to show that you have a talent. If you're a visual artist, we have green cards for artists, visual artists. I even have a green card, EB1A. It was approved about 6 months ago, before the new year, for NFT artists. Okay, you guys know NFT, right? It's like art online, on blockchain, usually on Solana blockchain. So yes, it's not only possible, but we have a track record for our artists. And O1B visa for artists, definitely. If you have an employer in the US and maybe you don't have a lot of recognition, but you have some, maybe you should start with O1B. Okay, O1B is a really good start with your immigration process, because O1 is a dual intent visa, meaning that you may have the intent to immigrate getting an O1B visa. So this is really good. If you Tatiana want me to talk about more like what you need to show me that you have achievement and recognition in the field, definitely have your art exhibited somewhere. Participate in competitions, in the events. Work with the brands, work with companies that want to use your art in the marketing and the representation of the companies of the brand. Make sure they pay you good and you record those payments and you pay taxes on that. Make sure you have press about you and your art. Okay, we can always give you the contacts of PR agencies that we work with, who help our clients to in any country in the world to get the press about you and your work. Okay, do your expert writings also. Maybe you create some new movement in the visual arts, whatever that is. It could be contribution in the field, it could be publications. So anything helps. Anything helps. And if they call you to be an expert, to assess and judge the work of others, this is really good too. Oh, there we go, art historian. I think it's even better, Tatiana. I love art historians. We never had one. Okay, I had a couple of complex immigration plannings with art historians. We have fashion historians. Okay, I have one approval for fashion historian, like a person who studied the fashion in across the world, and she was like writing books and publications. Tatiana, if you are into academic stuff, it's great. Okay, if you have publications, if you work maybe for the university, if you have dissertation, if you have books, if you speak at the conference about art history, I can get you the green card. Okay, I can get you the green card. So make sure, and I don't know where the moderator for this stream. Let me drop. I'll ask my people to drop the links to the free evaluation. So Tatiana, make sure you fill out the questionnaire for with all your achievements. I take a look and I'll let you know if you have the potential. Okay, art historian sounds really good to me. Okay. Marco, what kind of EB2 national interest waiver projects are more popular right now, or this is no such thing? Yes, and actually, thank you, Marco, for this question, because it's one of the topics I want to discuss with you today, guys. I wanted to discuss it with you more in talent visas, O1 and EB1A, but I qualify EB2 NIW as a talent visa. Okay, not all attorneys say, okay, it's a national interest. No, it's also a talent visa. Yes, it has a little different angle to it, a little bit different, but the concept is very, very close as to what kind of facts and achievements and recognitions we use in that visa. It's very close to the talent. Okay, so all of them are talent. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. What are the most prospective industries for talent visas? And you guys know it. and you guys know it. It's STEM category is number one. So what is STEM? Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Okay, so Tatiana, she's doing art history. This is a science. Okay, so Tatiana falls within STEM category. When the officer is going to see that she's from STEM, and trust me, he is going to see, because it's going to be big letters in the petition that I will write for her. He's going to know. So once he knows that Tatiana is from STEM, or if he knows that Marco, you fall within the STEM category, let me see, Marco, if you said anything about what you do. Marco, drop me what exactly, because I remember you probably prior streams you came and you were talking about it, but let me know what you're doing so I could see if you fall within STEM. So put it differently. Your SCIS loves people who are engineers, doctors, historians, educators, professors, cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, mathematician, physician, whatever that is, whatever, even biologist. Okay, I have a client right now. We're filing EB2 national interest waiver. He's an expert in fish. Okay. He's an expert in fish, guys. I'm already an expert in fish when I have a couple of people doing this. And not only fish, but specific kind of fish, okay? Those fish that do the spawn, I forgot the eggs, for consumers. So he's an expert in it, and he wants to do the farms, and he wants to consult the American farmers who grow the fish how to do it properly. Is it a national interest? Definitely. If he can bring his experience, and U.S. farmers can raise better product, better fish, and milk that fish without killing that fish. This is a national interest. Okay, so this is just an example. Yes, Marco, you're technical engineer. Marco, when I hear the word engineer, okay, when I hear engineer, IT, cybersecurity, doctor, professor, university, researcher, I see green card immediately. Okay, I see the green card right away. Why? Because we do not have a single denial of STEM category in O1, in NIW, and EB1A. Okay, not a single denial. Why? Well, because you guys STEM, and because we know how to pack your visas, how to describe your visas. We know exactly what you need to do to get an approval. All right. So technical engineer is very good, and for EB1A and for EB2 national interest waiver, depending on what you have done in the past, I can qualify for one or the other. So Marco, if you have not filled out the application for, and you can do both, NIW and talent, you're shooting yourself in a leg. Okay, so make sure you do, so I could qualify your case, and if I see the potential, I will invite you to the complex immigration planning, and we'll start building the strategy for your case. So what else? So basically, also if you're in a business, if you're in a startups, if you're in a technology, so make sure you mention that, because we're getting a lot of approvals for EB1A and EB2 national interest waiver in the business sector. Okay, why? Because, well, a lot of times our business clients bring some innovation or technology to the States, so we can build on that to file for them for the green card. So this is the second best choice. So number one, STEM. Number two, the business with technology or some innovation. And number three is art, right? I already mentioned that. Why art? Well, because art gets just more criteria, so it's easier to prove. If you ask me, Stanislav, what's next? What's the next one? What's the next good one? Sport. Okay, if you guys athletes, or if you know athletes who have achievement at least on a national level, like Marco knows someone from Poland who's like a national champion in bodybuilding, or like in whatever, the soccer. Okay, those people also very good candidates for the green card. Why? Because athletes and sport, you guys can get, usually it's only 4 criteria, okay? And you guys hear me saying that, okay, I want 5 to 7. 5 to 7 criteria. So that's the end goal with the average 6. The sport people, they can get only 4, sometimes 5. What are those 4? The wins, the prizes, and awards, definitely. Judging other athletes, press, and a national team. Okay, usually it doesn't get better than that. So it's 4 criteria, and if we get some national achievement recognition, it's going to be a green card. We get, by the way, a lot of clients in sport. Just today, the case I was describing to you, we got an approval for a martial art trainer. Right, he's in the sport category. All right, so let's see what else is going on. Manda, oh yeah, Tatiana was making a comment. No, I'm not, because everything here is corrupted, and you cannot work if you are not part of the party. Okay, so I guess, Tatiana, you are referring to your academic work, or what exactly you're talking about? So make sure you understand to where your comment's going. Okay, Manda, I'm a startup owner with thousands of students on Udemy, whatever that, I heard that term, but I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Will I be eligible for O1A? Maybe, Manda, maybe, because this is not enough for me to qualify you for O1 or any type of visa. Make sure you fill out the questionnaire. It's right above your comment, okay? Because there will be questions. You have to give me the answer so I could see more in depth, okay? But this is a good start, Manda, okay? When I see there is some startup and you teach other students, and you have a bunch of students, and especially it's good when I see that those students achieve something, right? Like they become business owners, maybe they start a good startup on their own and they achieve something. This is a good sign, okay? This is a good sign. So, in short, what I want to hear about your startup, about you, Manda, make sure you start working on either expert publication, so you write and you publish in a good journals, magazine, or newspapers. That could be online, or you work on scientific articles. All right, business related, by yourself or co-author. Guys, I cannot emphasize enough how important are the scientific articles. Okay? If you're really serious about getting a green card to the US, start writing academic or scientific articles. Okay? Very important. I can tell you right now, because we do a lot of statistics. You know Stanislav. I love statistics. We collect a lot of statistics from our cases. I should tell you right now, those cases, O1, EB1A, EB2 NIW, where our clients had scientific academic articles, almost all of them get an approval. Almost all, if not all. Okay? And trust me, this is not as scary as it sounds. Oh my God, Stanislav. No. For EB1A, give me 4. For O1, give me 2. For EB1A, give me 2. Okay? If you haven't started, start today. All right? Find the way. If you can't find the way, but you have the material, okay? You gotta have the material. Nobody is gonna give you the material. You have to have something behind it. So no one is gonna write it out of the thin air. So there are companies that help you with that, okay? They help you to structure it. They help you to find a good journal or a website or a magazine where you can publish, okay? But start today if you're really serious, because I'm gonna tell you that, all right? If you want to work with me, if you want to work with the process in my company, if you want to get 90% plus chance of approval, you'll have to do it anyway. So start today, all right? And don't tell me I never told you about it. All right, so Manda, same for you, okay? Start at least expert articles. And if you ask me, like, Stanislav, what's the difference, expert and academic? Well, academic is a little more formal, right? You have to have like referral links and some research and some format and footnotes and a lot of those formal things, right? Expert is similar, but it's like light version of that. Okay, so it's less formal, but it's still for the professional. So, oh, by the way, make sure that those articles are for professionals. Okay, not for Stanislav, not for Stanislav team, not for consumers and Uncle Sam from Miami. No, gotta be for professionals in your industry, in your field. All right, so make sure that you are aiming those professionals. Gabriela, say I'm multi-talented person in art, music, and performing arts. Can I apply? Can I apply all for my talents for O1 visa? Gabriela, this is a really good question. You probably can. You probably can, but when we file for O1 or EB1A, we have to focus on one category, okay? We cannot say, oh, we are talented in art, and this is what we do. We dance, we sing, we shake our booty, whatever, right? Like, we have to focus on one specific thing. So, Gabriela, you have to tell me what's your best recognition, where you recognized as the best out of all this. Is it your dance? Is it your performing arts? Is it your singing? Is it your writing? Whatever that is, we need to focus on that. And I will build the strategy focused on that particular thing. What you need to do more so we could get you an approval. Okay? So sometimes, and mind that, it happens. Sometimes we work with the professions that do not yet exist. Okay? Let me give you an example. Like, it could be someone who does analytics in IT industry. Okay? There is no such a profession. So a person is basically compiles the business, which is analytics part, and some IT processes, right? So the combination of two, it's a new profession. It doesn't exist. There is no name for it. Okay? This is a different case, because then we can say, hey, that's the new movement, that's the future, that's what's going on right now. There is no name for it. So that would not affect the petition. That actually would strengthen it, because it's very narrow niche, okay, where we can say, hey, there is no enough specialists here. So this is extra points for our petitions. This is really good. Tatiana, yes, if you are not supporter of political party, there is no job for you here. Okay, Tatiana, tell me where you're from, okay? You are from Eastern Europe, probably, somewhere from Eastern Europe, okay? Because that I can resonate to that, because I was born and raised in Russia, and you guys know that Russia is a big mess, okay? Big mess. What a great country, what a stupid government, okay? And I hate the government of the, I love the Russian people, I hate the government. So it's a shame, it's a big shame. Is there any age limit? I'm 43. Tatiana, you're so young, okay? You're so young. I'm 38, you guys didn't know that, right? I'm 38. You like, okay, Stanislav, you're lying to us. You look like 28 or maybe 27. No, I'm not. I'm young in my soul, but my passport tells me different things. So yes, Tatiana, you're from Serbia. I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about. So yes, my only advice is to try your best. Okay, you don't have to, Tatiana. You don't have to have a job to do your research, okay? You don't have to write something based on where you work. No, you can do it separately from anybody. And based on your based on your scientific research, your historical research, you can write a book. Yes, maybe it's going to be more expensive to publish it, okay? Because you still have to have some kind of weight to do that. Try it in another country, okay? Try it in Slovakia, try it in Slovenia, try it in Bosnia, in Croatia, okay? In Albania. Forget all the politics, okay? And you guys, I know that Marco is from Poland, and I know in Poland people don't like Russian people. Fine, we are out of politics, guys. I don't give a crap where you're from. You're from Poland, you're from Serbia, you're from Mozambique, you're from Madagascar. I have only one thing in mind. I want you to bring you here because here is the best country, okay? And I know, regardless where you're from, regardless what you do, you will have the future, and your kids, your children, is what we care for, right? They will have the future, all right? So sometimes I see the comments like, oh, this guy is a Russian mafia. He's gonna get your approval. I laugh. You guys crack me sometimes, okay? It's like, all right, yes, I live in the US for 20 years almost, okay? I'm an American. Yes, I have a Russian background. Who cares if I can get you if I can bring you here, all right? Nobody cares. Okay, so let's see what else going on. Guys, we have a couple of minutes left, and I know you like me to talk, okay? You laugh at me, you crack with me, you like my jokes. I like to joke with you. We can do this, right? But give me a couple of more questions so we can wrap up really good and finish strong, okay? So we could finish strong. All right, so let's see. Oh, age limit, Tatiana. Like I said, you're beautiful in your 43 and in your 50 and your 60, it doesn't really matter. I think the oldest client that we had, he was close to 70, okay? We definitely had clients in their 60s, a lot of clients in their 50s, a lot of clients in 40s and 30s, okay? Doesn't matter. Why? Because US government has the laws in place that are anti-discriminatory. Okay, they cannot discriminate against your age, even if you're 90 years old, but you still have recognition in your field. If you still have a claim in your field, they will have to approve it. Okay, trust me, they will approve it. I mean, I don't think you guys at 90 years old are gonna still be like writing publications, going to, probably not. You want to chill, you want to have a mojito, you want to go on a beach, you want to ride your bike if you can, spend time with your great-grandchildren, okay? But Lord knows, maybe one day we'll get a client when he's 90 or 80. I wouldn't mind. Manda, I have a book published. Tatiana says Serbia is even bigger than Russia. In what? Like, you mean in corruption? I don't know in Serbia, but Russia is really bad. So I don't know. I don't know who can beat Russia. Maybe African countries. With what this guy is doing now, this is craziness. And by the way, Marco and all the people from Europe and who support Ukraine, respect. We support Ukraine as well. I have a book published on Amazon KDP. Good, Manda. Book could be first, at least publication, and it could be contribution to the field. Okay? In the field. And you guys know the difference to the field and in the field. Okay? Very important. So it's contribution in the field, not to the field. So it's very good, Manda. It sounds to me like you have a pretty strong case on O1. Again, I need to see more, but I see that definitely you'll have a potential. Okay, so I want you, Manda, I want you to see you at the complex immigration planning. All right, so make sure you schedule one so we could meet and talk. I could make the final qualification. Niyat. Good day, Stanislav. In addition to available green cards, is the number of applicants and statistics from the birth country have any impact on the petition decision from Germany, origin, Azerbaijan? Yes, yes. Mr. Husseinov. I don't know if you pronounce your name right, Niyat or Nihat. I'm sorry if I mispronounce it. Yes, your place of birth definitely plays a big role. Usually it's more in concerning Chinese people. Like today I had a client at the complex immigration planning. She lives in the Philippines, but she was born in China. So we don't qualify her as from Philippines. We look at the priority dates for China people, okay? And she qualifies for L1 and EB1C. L1 no problem, EB1C is a little backlog. Azerbaijan has no backlogs, okay? It's for all other countries. I mean, it has a backlog as other countries do, just besides the China, India, and Philippines, okay? So besides those, or in Indonesia, I think it's Indonesia. And Mexico, definitely Mexico has some backlogs too. So Mr. Husseinov, you look at the priority dates for all other countries, right? So for EB1A it's current, for EB2, EB3 there's a backlog, EB4 there's a backlog, EB5 it's current. So two categories are current at this time. Okay, so what else? Yes, and a number of applicants, definitely. Those backlogs we get, guys, that's because a lot of people applied. Okay, so that plays the role. Tatiana is still arguing with me that Serbia is more corrupt than Russia. Tatiana, let's settle this argument. I think both countries are really corrupt. Okay, I don't know how big is Serbia. I think we're equal. Okay, maybe when I bring you to the States, you come to my office in Miami. I brew you personally a cup of coffee, and we'll have a political discussion. Okay, you tell me how bad it's in Serbia. I'll tell you how bad it was in Russia when I used to live there before. Okay. Yes, I have people from Serbia. Yes, we have green cards. We have a green card for one Serbian who is a journalist in chess. Really good case. Mr. Husseinov, many thanks. Yes, definitely. Thank you. Niyad, thank you for coming to my streams. I know you're not first time here. Guys, my wife made me really good borscht. And I can smell it. And then today I'm working from my home office, and you know, it's lunchtime, so I cannot spend more time. And you know that if borscht is good, you cannot resist. Okay, so please fill out those questionnaires. Make sure you do it now. Don't postpone it. We're going to have streams like these, guys, every single week. Put it on your calendar. And you'll know that this time, on Thursday, we'll meet at this place at this time. Okay, come prepared, come with your question. You know, yes, there will be a topic, but besides this topic, we're going to discuss a lot of other things. The approvals, some secrets, the insights in immigration. So make sure we are here, all of us, at this day, at this time. So everybody, enjoy the rest of the week. Enjoy your weekend. Spend some time with your families. I'm Stanislav Shamaey, a lawyer of the future. Your future begins here. Good luck.